U.S. stock futures fell Thursday after tech juggernaut Meta Platforms reported quarterly results that disappointed investors. Futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 207 points or 0.5%. S&P 500 futures slid 0.7%, and Nasdaq 100 futures dropped 1%. Meta plunged 12% in pre-market trading after the social media giant issued light revenue guidance for the second quarter. That would be the stock's biggest one-day decline since October 2022. International business machines also fell 8% after missing consensus estimates for first-quarter revenue. Meta's report raises concern ahead of other big tech releases. Microsoft and Alphabet are slated to post earnings after the close Thursday. Traders will watch out for the first-quarter reading of the U.S. gross domestic product, due at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time Thursday. Economists polled by Dow Jones expect that real GDP came in at 2.4%. Weekly jobless claims are also due. These data points will inform the central bank's path forward on interest rate policy. Fed funds futures trading suggests the first cut could take place at the September Fed meeting, according to CME FedWatch tool. Nevertheless, iCapital chief investment strategist Anastasia Amoroso thinks that earnings look strong enough to boost stocks. Even if the Fed does stand pat, I think this could be a supportive environment for stocks, she said on CNBC's Closing Bell on Wednesday afternoon. Return expectations for investors have actually improved since the beginning of April. Check out the companies making headlines before the bell. Meta Platforms, the Facebook parent company, plunged more than 14% after issuing lighter-than-expected second-quarter revenue guidance. However, first-quarter earnings and revenue both came above analysts' estimates. Honeywell, the industrial stock rose 2.2% in pre-market trading after the company posted earnings per share of $2.25, beating LSEG consensus analysts' estimates of $2.17. Revenues for the quarter came in at $9.11 billion, compared to the $9.03 billion analysts were expecting. Merck, the pharmaceutical giant, added 2.1% on stronger-than-expected earnings for the first quarter. Merck earned an adjusted $2.07 per share on $15.78 billion in revenue. Analysts surveyed by LSEG forecasted $1.88 per share and $15.2 billion. The full list can be found here. Shares of Caterpillar fell more than 3% in early trading after the construction equipment company reported softer-than-expected sales for the first quarter. The company generated $5.60 in adjusted earnings per share on $15.8 billion of revenue. Analysts surveyed by LSEG were looking for $5.14 per share on $16.04 billion of revenue. Sales were down year-over-year, including a decline in the construction industries segment, which is Caterpillar's largest. The decrease in sales volume was primarily driven by lower sales of equipment to end users. There was not a significant impact from changes in dealer inventories, Caterpillar said in a press release.